Can you please say, because I didn't hear it on any notes that I was hearing.
Good morning, class, and welcome to your favorite class of all time, calculus.
I look forward to this class every day.
Too bad I don't have this class every day.
I know. So I'm just sad.
All right. Hey, way too much talking. Way too much. We put the desks in groups, and all we do is talk all the time. So annoying. All right, let's go through this for graphing. You can't see that, can you? Well, if you hit second, calculator literacy, if you hit second and up, it makes it brighter.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I know.
All right, so, quiet. So it says that we're given this graph right here, so f prime. So I'm going to go ahead and graph it. So it's going to be in cosine of x squared. By the way, everything is in radians we do in calculus. Just be aware, unless it specifies degrees. We start doing related rates, which will be in a week. Okay? So there's the function. Now you have to pay attention to the x values. So once you go from 2 to 4, so I'm going to go to my window, and I'm going to go from x values from 2 to 4, because that's all I care about. Now I can keep the y values from negative 10 to 10. I usually change it. This is a cosine graph. How high can cosine get? To 1 and negative 1. Okay, so I'm going to make this y min, I don't know, like negative 3 to 3. Is that? That's more than enough. And that should be able to get us to see the entire thing. If you are totally lost, and you're like, I have no clue how high to make this graph. If you go to second table, it will give you y values, and you can see how high your graph gets. That is a little helper. Again, if you do not know your y min and max, you can go to the table and you can look at the numbers and you can figure out from there what your min and max should be. But anyway, go ahead and graph it. Don't forget, this is the derivative. This is f prime. So, how can I find the relative max in general? How do I find the relative max? It's when what? F prime goes from positive to negative. So, it's positive right here, and then it changes to negative right here. So I need to know that value right there. How can I find out that value? Well, if I hit trace 0, that doesn't do anything for me, because it's not in the window. So let's quit that. Go back to my graph. That's not going to work. Did you mean like second trace? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And if you go to 0, I usually do the 0 one. There is one where you can use intersect, but in order to use intersect, you need to go into y2 and create a 0 yourself. So I always pick the 0 value, and then I just answer the questions. Go to the left of the 0. Okay. Because there's many zeros here. So go to the left of that 0 and press enter. Go to the right of that 0 and press enter. And it kind of gives you that little window of where the 0 is going to be. As long as your 0 is inside that window, you're good. So when you hit guess, it don't matter then. It's going to give you that 0 right there. If you notice, this y value says it's at 0.00000000000002, which is very, very close to 0. It's a calculator. Calculators don't give exact answers. All right, it gets estimated answers. So this is our best bet here. So what's our x value that has the minimum? X equals 2.618, always 3 decimal places. You can truncate, which means you can just cut it off at 8, or you can round, and that doesn't matter for this one. Is that my only minimum value? What am I looking for? Oh, this is maximum, sorry. I'm good, maximum. Is that my only maximum value? I have a maximum value right here, don't I? So try that one on your own without me walking you through it. Can you figure out what that value is? Try it on your own now. Okay, did you get this number, 3.624? Could you put 3.625? Doesn't matter, you can round or truncate. Okay, so why is this true? F prime changes. Hey, I'm going to change this question number 2 up real quick, because when we find the minimum, it's the exact same idea we use in the calculator. So let's go with on what intervals is F, let's do increasing. So on what intervals is F increasing? So when does that happen? When it's positive. So it's going to be positive from here all the way to here. Do we know this value? We actually do. What is that value that we already found? So it's going to be increasing from, what's the first number? 2 until 2.618. Is it increasing anywhere else? From this point right here. Do we know this point yet? Can we find it out? Second trace, go over to 0. Go to the left of the 0. Go to the right of the 0. Press enter. So it's going to be from 3.161. I'm a truncator, by the way. That's what I do. Less thinking. That's what we do in my house. Those are the household values that I have in my house. We truncate. And then it's until this point right here. What is that point? Already have it from here. Because F prime is positive. All right. What about, are we talking because we're helping other people, or are we talking because we're jerks? Thank you, Mason. You were not talking? No. But now you are. You are now. I did address him. That is my fault. All right. This one just says, how many points of inflection? How do you know if there's a point of inflection? It's when F prime has a relative extrema. So I'm going to have how many of them? I'm going to have relative extrema here, there, there, and there. So I have 4. 4 points of inflection. It really should be like P's OI, but whatever. Because it says point of inflection. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so this, it's not asking for this, but how could you find out these values of these points of inflection? You can find the maximum and the minimum, in case you do not know how to do that, because I'm starting to assume you know nothing about the calculator. You go to second trace, and you click, if it's a maximum, you hit maximum. If it's a minimum, you hit minimum. So I'll do maximum because I'm going to do the first one. So I'm going to scroll all the way over to the left. If you hit second over, it goes a lot faster. Alright, so I'm on the right side of that max. Or, sorry, the left side. I'm on the right side. And hit enter. And that will give me one of the 4 points of inflection. Okay? Are there any questions?
Yay, it makes sense.
This is calculator literacy.
Yeah, but like the ones that we have on, we can do like the Y2 and then like the alpha.
Alright, so hey, Because we can answer everything from here. Now, could you have gone to y equals, since we're talking about a second derivative, and have done all the weird alpha stuff that takes forever?
Yeah.
Could you have done this? You totally... This is another way to do it. This would help you for the answer of number or letter C with the points of inflection. Okay, so if I hit graph, and you notice how at the horizontal tangent that the next derivative is a 0? Isn't that amazing? And here comes another one. And there's your 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can find them using the 0 function. Those are just two different ways to do it. It looks kind of sort of patriotic in a way. Veterans Day, all right? Patriotic? Yeah. Yes. I'm going to release it tomorrow. No one even watches my videos the day. Not day of? All right, I'm done.
I watched them because I just knew where I died. And I'm already dying.